Hey all, so do you have a Dodge Caliber or a Jeep Compass or a Jeep Patriot, and are you experiencing any of the following issues? You start your car and the brake light stays solid on your dashboard, and it's not a problem with your parking brake, and it's not a problem with your brake fluid level. Do you have a problem with one of your turn signals not working even after you replace the bulb? Do you have a problem with one of your fog lights not working even though you've replaced the bulb? If you're having any kind of weird little electrical issues like this, let me show you the potential cause of your problem. So a few months ago I posted a video about me having a problem with the brake light staying on in my dashboard. And at the time I repaired the switch that's connected to the parking brake that turns on and off the warning light. And that fixed the problem for a while, but then the problem came back. But the symptoms were different. Instead of the brake light flashing when the car was on, which would indicate that the parking brake was activated, it just stayed on solid. Parking brake wasn't the problem. Checked the brake fluid level, that wasn't a problem. I checked the brake fluid switch. There's a little switch connected to your reservoir that will cause the brake light to come on if you're low on fluid. That wasn't the problem. Then I started having a problem with a couple days ago with my right turn signal not working. It would flash fast when I tried to make a right turn. So I figured bulb, right? Replaced the bulb, that wasn't it. My right fog light stopped working. Replaced the bulb, that wasn't it. So when you have all these kinds of weird little electrical issues, all at the same time or close to the same time, the likely cause is a bad ground somewhere on your car. Now let me show you what I found under the hood. Okay, so we're under the hood of the Caliber here, and what I'm going to show you over here, right by the battery, you see these two bolts sticking out of the fender? These are grounding points for the car. This one here is where your battery actually connects to the body of the car to provide the ground for the whole car. And over here, you see this one here? If you look at the wiring diagram for the car, this is grounding point G112. And do you see these two terminals connected to it here? There's two eyelets, and how they both have a whole bunch of wires all crimped together into this one eyelet. This is how Chrysler grounds the cars. I mean, there's probably at least 12 circuits between these two eyelets, and what happens is that the wiring right here starts to corrode, and then the copper wire just evaporates into nothing, and then you start losing grounds. These two grounding points were sprayed with a rust prohibitive some years ago, so these are still in decent condition. So I'm on the passenger side of the car and in front of the coolant reservoir. Way down there is another grounding point. You see that right there? In the wiring diagram it's marked as G110. There are 8 individual electrical circuits that ground at this point, and that was the source of all my problems. All 8 wires that you see here were originally connected to a single eyelet that was connected to this grounding point. Let me show you a quick clip of what the eyelet looked like when I took it off. All 8 wires go into this one connector. And I'm not sure if you can see this. It's very bright out today, but I'm not sure how well this is going to focus. Do you see how corroded these wires are at this connection? What happens is they just corrode away, and then you start one after another losing your grounds for your circuits, and then you start having all sorts of weird malfunctions. So I cut off the old eyelet, and I took these 6 small gauge wires and grouped them into 2 groups of 3, soldered them together, and then crimped on a new eyelet. And then I've got 2 larger ground wires there, each got their own individual eyelet. I connected them all back up to this grounding point and tightened it up good and tight, and then I've covered this with fluid film, which is a rust prohibitive. So hopefully that will prevent the connections from corroding again. I mean, ultimately the source of the corrosion is water. I'm in upstate New York. We get salt water in the winter when they salt the roads, and it splashes around the car, and it rots out electrical connections like this. As you saw from the little clip of that eyelet, they were completely gone. They had just disintegrated. So fixing this fixed all of my electrical problems, and hopefully if you have problems, this will fix yours too. So hopefully if this was helpful, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks and have a good day.